I really don't want to be diminished at any time. But being a part of the LGBT community, you're always diminished. Gay ka eh. Gay ka lang eh. Bakla ka na nga, naging transgender ka pa. Those things I will never tolerate. I don't ask for respect and acceptance. I demand it.
I've been looking forward to this day.
Thank you, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Siyempre, pinuyat mo lang naman ako sa kapapanood ng BB Uncut on YouTube.
Isa ka ba sa mga napuyat at mga nabitin-bitin ng mga panahon na
Yes! Ang galing-galing mo. Nagtatawagan pa kami ng sister ko. Nasaan ka na? Chapter? Ano na chapter? Naku, nakakabitin nga eh. So,
thank you. Now on live stage.
Exactly. We're gonna be talking about that in just a little while. But BB, it's Pride Month. You know,
Pride, as you can see. Can I be more pride?
So, how did you celebrate? How are you celebrating?
To be very honest, I don't actually do anything special as far as itong mga Pride Month na to. But it's always, ako naman, it's always parang a reminder that there's something to be proud of. There's something to be prideful about. Who I am, whoever we are, you know, as parang celebrating our uniqueness. So it's always a reminder itong Pride Month na to. Siguro ito na rin yung pinaka-celebration ko for Pride, being interviewed by you and talking about what's prideful about being transgender or being part of the LGBTQ community.
Right, right. You know, also I like that what you said, it's a reminder to be proud of who you are, to be proud of your uniqueness. It's also a reminder to be for self-care.
Correct.
And self-love and self-acceptance. How do you practice self-love?
Self-love for me is always parang protecting my boundaries. Once those boundaries are parang overstepped or medyo dyan ko na nararamdaman, oh wait. I always put my boundaries out because that's how I show myself self-love. Kasi once na compromise mo yon, who suffers?
Right.
You, 'di ba? So I always protect it. I always give importance to my boundaries. I really don't want to be diminished at any time. But being a part of the LGBT community, you're always diminished. You're always like, oh, gay ka eh. Gay ka lang eh, or lesbian ka lang, or transgender ka. Bakla ka na nga, naging transgender ka pa. Why? Diba? Those things I will never tolerate. And even the word tolerate, I will not tolerate. You know, I mean, I always say, I don't ask for respect and acceptance, I demand it. Because everyone, each and every one of us is just entitled to that basic respect and acceptance. So yeah, so yan ang aking self-love.
Right. I love that. And I love that you have a very firm idea and perception of who you are and that you're accepting yourself and you demand others to accept you.
Yes.
Now, you made headlines last year and this is what I opened with your BB Uncut series. I guess you made waves because of some revelations that you I guess revealed right in that series. What pushed you to do that?
It's my story and I wanna say my piece. Kasi every time nga of course this precedes yung thought ko na I always want to make a book or a documentary. But I always say na I'm a work in progress. So book may come later or earlier, I don't know. But as of last year, I wanna say my story, diba? And I guess it was the right time to say so. Whether that was personal reasons for me or whatever reasons I had at that time, what only comes to my mind now is I did it because I knew it was the right time for me to say so. There were a lot of issues left unsaid. Nung umalis ako sa Pilipinas, ang daming bakit siya umalis, bakit ganito, bakit siya nagkaganito, nasan si Rustom, bakit naman niya nasabi na Rustom is dead. So, may mga, hindi ko naman sinabing Rustom is dead for nothing. I've got my reasons, I've got, may mga ano yun, may mga dahilan dito sa puso ko why Rustam is not around, or why it may seem to other people that it's very easy for me to say Rustam's dead.
Right.
But honestly, I grieved over that. Honestly, I've cried over that. It's not easy to kill or parang to stop a part of you. Because alam mo yun, when you say Rustam's dead, that means Rustam's dreams are dead. It's gone. Tapos na yung buhay. Wala nang future. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. And that's not easy to accept. But it's just that the good side of it is because of that passing or because of that death, there's new life. There's no parang
New dreams.
new dreams.
New
Correct.
hopes.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. I held my breath for an instant there too, because you said, I'm not saying that Rustam is dead. So I'm like, so is Rustam just hiding? Will he be back?
No.
Never.
No. I don't think so, because it's when I say it's parang when he's dead kasi hindi naman ganun kadali na magpa-go back and forth ka, you know? Sabi nga nila, ba't di ka na mag-go back and forth? You think that's easy? I mean, physicality-wise, napakahirap na. As a man, I was 175, all muscles,
Buff.
beefcake. So, now that I'm living as a woman, so I'm pretty much very confident of how I present myself now. And I don't think this would be possible if I'm half-hearted right at the beginning. And even from the beginning, when I'm starting to present myself as BB already, I was telling myself, there's no other way to go about this than to embrace it and really just bahala na kung walang tumanggap, pero I'll accept this, you know?
Right. Because that's the first step, is accepting yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Making peace with your choices, with your decisions, right? And as an outsider looking in, I'm seeing that that's the easiest thing to do. It's so hard to live life kind of hiding, right? It's so hard to live life based on acceptance of others. And,
Correct.
and that's what I applaud about you. And a lot of people applauded you for making that series, for revealing what you did, because it's part of your healing, it's part of your journey, right?
Correct.
But not many people understood that. There were others that threw criticisms, even famous names, you know, some of your friends or so-called friends in the industry in the Philippines. How did that make you feel?
Masakit. Totoo, I was really offended.
Oh,
Especially do sa mga supposed to be friends and started being so judgmental of why I was actually doing it.
Right.
Meron pa kasi yung mga ganyan ka ba kalungkot? Why are you doing that? Mga ganyan, bakit mo dinadawa yung ibang tao sa kalungkutan mo? Really? How dare you? Parang meron nga akong sinagot na, well, I don't think I'm as sad as you are. Pero
Galing
hindi
talaga.
ba?
Ang galing talaga, oo.
But,
True.
di ba? Yung
Oo.
ako kasi is, naiintindihan ko naman na hindi lahat ng tao maiintindihan yung ginagawa ko. But if you watch it closely, and I think you did, I don't think I've said anything offensive
Wala.
to anyone.
I guess their issue is there's one person there that you know, and he hasn't admitted his orientation.
Yeah.
Have you guys spoken to each other? I guess that's the issue, that people are saying, why did you out this person?
I didn't out anyone. No, I didn't.
Oo.
In fact, sinabi din naman to ni Boy, nung narinig niya dun sa sinabi ko na, yun yung point niya na, in fact, Bibi didn't say, parang I didn't out anyone, because if you are sure of your orientation, even 1,000 BB cannot out you.
True.
Diba? Even if marami ka naging experiences with other gay people. If you say, I am not gay, those are just really experiences and curiosities, then you're straight.
True.
So, yun lang yung akin. And I leave it as such.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't put any judgment on him. In fact, up to this day, I don't know.
Have you guys spoken? Have you spoken to...
No.
Has he reached out? Have you reached out?
Who? Hindi sa akin ang galing. Kay So Jannelle.
So juicy! Let's change the segment name. No. Have you reached out? Have you guys spoken yet?
No. We haven't.
Okay, all right. So, and because of that, going back, there were bashers, there were criticisms, and how do you deal with that? You also said that earlier, right? You get comments na, bakla ka, like this, like that. How do you deal with that?
To be very honest, sensitive pa rin ako.
Talaga?
Sensitive pa rin ako, and sometimes I can't handle those. Kaya minsan makikita mo ko sa social media, I'm on and, parang on and off, hot and cold.
Hot and cold.
Minsan pag masakit na, di mo na ako makikita nagko-comment. Di mo na mababasa ang comments ko pag medyo napupuno na ako.
Right.
Oo. And of course, even on itong BB Uncut, it was, kinat ko na yan by chapter 14, hindi ko na kinaya ang mga,
Right.
Yeah. Kaya nga, well, lo and behold, I do this live.
Coming back with a vengeance.
Para wala na ako maririnig sa online. You know what I mean?
Actually, true, no?
Yeah.
That. But people were saying that, speculating, no? Why did you do that? They were saying that this was, you're staging a comeback to the showbiz scene in the Philippines. Is that true? Why? Do you still want to go back?
I don't know why people are so defensive. Babalik na ba siya ng Pilipinas? Why?
Right. Uy, natatakot
Hindi ba,
sila.
para sa akin lang yata na ginagawa. Bakit nagka-comeback na? Bakit? Bakit yung iba libre-libre bumabalik anytime?
Kasi,
But, because honestly, I never left. I mean, as far as acting is concerned, I mean, I left Philippines not to quit showbiz. I left Philippines because I wanna pursue acting here. So now that I'm pursuing acting here, my goal now is to be doing things not only here in America but in any country that my services are needed, di ba? As an actor, I wanna slowly establish myself as an international actor who can do things here or in the Philippines or hopefully in Europe, di ba? Na may mga roles na I can do.
Right. Especially now here in the States, even in Europe, it's a bit more progressive.
Correct.
Yeah, right?
Correct.
Like, because we have Isabel Sandoval, we have a lot of trans rights activists, Gina Rosero, right, doing a lot of modeling as well, right? And you can totally do that. But is there anything that you miss about Philippine show business? And if for the right project, would you go home?
Oh yeah. Because I'm not closing any doors. I'm not, as I've said, hindi ko naman itinakwil ang Pilipinas. I was just really parang pursuing a dream. Kasi talaga ang gusto ko talaga. Pangarap ko talaga makagawa ng pelikula kasama ng isang magaling na direktor dito sa Amerika. To be part of an ensemble.
Right.
That's my goal.
Right.
Na maidirect ako ni Scorsese or ni Tarantino. Yan talaga
Dream.
yung goal ko dito.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't want to work on other projects. That's still project. And I have a lot of directors parang directors I love in the Philippines that I still want to work with. Like Chito Ronyo, Joel Lamangan, all these directors na I've got really good relationship when I was still there.
Right.
So yeah, it's not a comeback, it's the return.
The return, not a comeback, but the return. I like that. But pero for you, life is better. Is it better here or the Philippines?
To be very honest about it, syempre sa Pilipinas, bida ka. Diba? Tapos pinapadala ka ng role, binabasa mo ang script, you work with directors, with really good directors, good staff. Yun ang nakakamiss kasi dito talaga ang hirap talaga. I mean, one of the biggest challenge talaga sa akin dito, I take it as a challenge, ang auditioning.
Right.
Napakahirap ng audition. Kasi syempre matagal na tayo uma-acting eh. Matagal na tayo sa hot set. So we've got actual experiences on hot set and really work with directors and work with really good scripts and long scripts, you know? And then pagdating dito, mag-audition ka ng napakahirap na script all by yourself. Wala kang ka-eksena, meron kang reader of course.
Right.
But they expect like Oscar-worthy performance for you to even get the role. Which is, I guess, for me, is really parang challenging. Kasi, based on my experience as an actor, most of the time, nakukuha mo yung acting when you're in the right atmosphere already. Diba? When you're talking to the director, yung nandyan na lahat, you have your co-actors with you, you can actually, parang mafe-feel mo na yung exam. That's what I miss.
Right. Especially during the pandemic when you have to record yourself,
Oh my
even
God.
it's not even live,
Hardest.
right?
Oh, yeah, it's the hardest.
Right?
Sabi ko sa'yo dito, na-experience ko for sa mga auditions is, you have to record the other character na ikaw din.
Ganon.
I-record mo yun.
Right.
Para ma-practice mo yung sarili mo. So, syempre, while you're doing it, parang, dahil recorded, so sanay ka na dun sa timing na yun. Eh, pagdating sa actual
Live.
audition, biglang iba yung timing ng reader, iba yung, mawawala.
Right.
So, very challenging.
But I think it's building you. It's, character building, and then at the same time building you as an actress. Right?
That's what I like here in the US. To answer your question, what do I like here? Yung it's very character building. Yung bakit ako umalis sa Pilipinas, napakahirap. Hindi ko kilala si Bibi doon eh. You know, si Bibi doon is artista lang eh. Laging naka-makeup, laging na ganyan. Pag lumabas na ng walang make, sabi ko sa'yo, before I left the Philippines, kasi sobrang insecure. So of course, one of the problems ng transgender is gender dysphoria. That is our parang yan ang cause ng transgenderism, no? And gender dysphoria is basically you're really affected by your physical features. Now, when you get bashed, physical bash, yung mga ganyan, body bash, grabe ang tama nun. Grabe yon sa mental health and emotional health. So what was going on then was, kapag pupunta ako sa grocery or even just walk my dog, hindi pa nun uso ang mask and being isolated, naka-mask na ako nun. Naka-mask, naka-shades, may ganito kalaking hat.
Right.
Para itago ko ang mukha ko.
Right.
Kasi kasi takot ako pag matawag ako na, ay, si Rustom pa rin. Well, takot ako dyan. Very traumatic.
Right.
Kaya yun yung reason why I came here, na kasi kahit pumunta ako, lumabas ako sa groceries at wala akong kilay, ako pa rin si Bibi.
Right. There is anonymity, right?
There's anonymity, and then when they ask you, what's your name? Bibi pa rin. Hindi sabi, ay, ikaw si Rustom. Diba?
Right, right. How do you respond to those? To those people who insist na, no, si Rustom ka eh.
Nandun na ako sa punto, dati pumapatol pa ako dyan. Pero nandun na ako sa punto na nonsense. Ito yung mga taong nakastuck sa sarili nilang makitid na pag-iisip. Now, no matter what you say, it will never be understood. So I stopped talking.
Right. But you will start talking again for BB Uncut. It's a live show that you mentioned earlier. Nakakatuwa naman. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa natatapos ang story sa chapter 14. Ito ba yung kasunod?
Hindi pa. Remember, natapos ang chapter 14. Hindi pa
ako umabot sa 14 eh.
Hindi ka ba umabot?
Hindi ako umabot sa 14.
Naku, nandun na yung, di ba, yung naging mag-boyfriend na yata. Mag-boyfriend na sila.
Nino?
Pero, ni ano nga?
Nino? Meron kang...
Ni Jonathan!
Yes! Meron nga palang sudo.
Si Jonathan.
Si Jonathan.
So, di pa yan umabot kung paano sila nag-iwalay. Marami pa, no? Because honestly, Baby Uncut is all about yung journey nitong taong ito, nitong kaluluwang ito. This soul, from being a man into a woman.
Right.
And, kasi sabi ko nga dun sa trailer dito, it's not about really the life story, but it's the lessons learned. Alam mo, kung hindi ako nag-focus sa lessons learned, I could have ended the other way. Or it could have been something na baka pinagsisisihan ko. You know, kasi at that time when everything was happening, it was really very confusing. Oo.
I felt that I felt that. Yung mga early chapters, you always went back to that. How confused you were, even growing up, how difficult it was, right? Knowing what you know now, would you have changed anything in the past?
No. Why? I think I'm very comfortable now. I am happy in a sense that I'm able to express myself the way I want to express myself. I'm able to present myself the way I want to present myself. So this may sound very cliche.
Yeah.
Pero if I change anything, baka hindi ito yung kasi komportable talaga ako ngayon eh. Boyfriend na lang ako kulang. Ang daming ko na mag-cap. Nananawagan, no. Ako yan.
Match.com lang katapat niyan.
Talaga ba?
No, pero no, would you have come out sooner? Would you have done this sooner?
Good question, but maybe not. One of the well, yes and no. Alam mo, ang isa sa mga reasons why I'm thankful na I parang somehow transitioned later on in life is because I think looking back, I'm also very grateful na I was in my lifetime now. I was able to lead 3 lives already. I lived as a man, I lived as a gay man, and now I lived as a woman.
Yeah.
And that is an experience, you know. Sino sa mga pwede mong sabihin na you actually lived as a man and now you're a woman, and kaya ako alam ko ang pakiramdam ng paano maging bakla, kung paano maging lalaki, and now nararamdaman ko kung paano maging babae.
Right. And you're most comfortable?
I am most comfortable here. Nawala ang confusion eh. Doon pala makikita mo na eh. Nawala yung confusion, nawala yung doubts, self-doubts.
Which is very important. We started with that also, self-love, self-acceptance, right?
Correct,
And
correct.
pride in our uniqueness. And so for fans that are watching, what can they expect from BB Uncut live? Live na live.
Chismis ko ang sarili ko. Further.
May headline ka na naman eh.
But honestly, kidding aside, the show is very, very light and it's very interactive. So we are also doing it in a very intimate setting. So when you come, like if you're gonna come and watch, please.
I will. I will.
Okay.
Promise.
So you will expect a very interactive show. Now you wouldn't even think that it's a show. It's just really a party na someone is making kwento
Right.
that everyone knows and can relate to.
So are you gonna name names?
Oh, yes.
Hala!
Since-
Lagot!
Kaya kasi nasabihan ko na bawal I don't think we will allow recordings and everything because it's a private setting. So it will be very upfront and personal. Parang kwentuhan talaga ng mga magkakaibigan in our own privacy.
So there are 5 shows. I'm guessing that people need to go 5 times. Kasi iba-ibang revelation.
Exactly.
Depende sa mood mo eh.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So, by chapters, depende kung anong chapter ang lalabas that night. But I assure you'll get some juicy stories all the time.
Right.
And then, if you enjoy that night, might as well come the next nights kasi it will just be a hangout. Really, it's a hangout moment.
Right.
Oo, na ikaw naghahanap ka ng enjoyment on a Saturday for $40, come on down. Sagot ko ang kwento.
Oo.
Diba?
Sa amin ang inom.
Correct. And food, masarap
Are you
ang
gonna
food
be
sa lamesa.
be drinking also? Kasi
yes, kailangan.
'di ba? Pagka
Alam
ginagawa
mo
mo,
na.
So, Francois.
Hindi mo nakalimutan si Francois.
Oo. Kasi if you saw him now that there's no more confusion.
I think liligawan niya ako.
Sasagutin mo siya.
Oo naman.
Right.
Si Francois baka nila matandaan. Part yan sa pinag-usapan natin sa BB Uncut na naging kaibigan ni Rustom, isang French guy. But that was the time kasi na wala naman nangyari sa kanila eh.
Wala nga.
Oo eh. And up until today, hindi ko alam kung baka he really prefers women. Na baka kung makikita niya ako ay baka totoo niya na ako ligawan, di niya kababarkada. Binarkada kasi ako,
Na-friendzone ka?
Tinraw pa ako eh.
Kasi hindi ka pa confused ka pa rin naman that time,
at saka
right?
ano pa, ang chest nun 40 pa.
Oo, kaya hindi pa.
32, hindi pa 34.
32 ka ngayon? 34? Grabe naman, nahiya naman ako.
Bakit? Likod lang yun.
No, seriously, you said earlier, so what do you look for in a partner?
Ako? I'm really looking for a mature relationship. Someone who's, for a guy, someone who's really very, parang assured of his sexuality and what he wants. You know? I think it takes parang a special guy who would really, parang, kasi may mga lalaki, may mga talagang mga men who would go for trans women. Not for anything, but that's what they prefer.
Preference.
It's a preference, but they're men, you know? So I just want someone who's really very confident of his sexuality. Otherwise, it will not gonna work. Diba?
Okay.
Because of course, may stigma eh. Yan nga mahirap eh. Men who falls for trans women would always be regarded as gay. Kaya takot ang mga lalaki. Oo. Sometimes they would enter into, bilang lang, they would enter into a relationship, pero tinatago nila yung babae. You know?
But there are also other trans women that are attracted to other trans women?
Oo.
Or attracted to other women?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Sila Caitlyn, sila si Angie. Oo. They regard themselves, hindi ko naman alam kung paano nila how I don't know how they refer themselves, yung mga sarili nila, no? But meron ako naging kaibigan sa New York, trans woman. And then akala ko nakikipagkaibigan kasi ako sa kanya. Parang syempre sisters, everything,
Right.
no? Puti siya na trans woman. Towards yung pagiging pagkaibigan namin, bigla ako niligawan. Hindi talaga ako makapaniwala. What? Noon pa yun, hindi pa naman ako open. Yung pinag-aaralan ko pa kung ano ang transgender. No?
Right.
And then she explained it to me na apparently, in the transgender world, meron din kaming, totoo to ha,
Oo.
when I go to my doctor, siyempre pag straight or
non-binary.
Non-binary. Straight
Oh.
or cis or transgender, ganyan.
Okay.
So sasabihin mo ngayon, I'm transgender. Diba? Yan ang orientation mo. Meron pa ulit yun.
Ano?
So as a transgender, are you straight, gay, bisexual, lesbian? May ganun din. Kaya ako, I consider myself as a straight trans woman.
Meaning only attracted to men.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now that you clarify that, and rounding this up, I want to ask for your advice. Talk to the viewers who were probably in the same situation as you were, questioning, confused before you came out, but scared to come. What would you advise them?
Alam mo, coming out is always scary. Kasi, wag mo na sabihin in the closet, but when you are in your comfort zone. That's why it's a comfort zone.
You're so smart.
Thank you.
Talaga, ang sarap pakinggan eh.
And the winner is...
Of course! Okay. Gawin na lang natin queen, hindi na BB. Queen, kaya pala may Gandanghari. Kasi royalty. Okay, go. Alright. Okay.
And of course, we know when you're in your comfort zone, yes, it's comfortable. But most of the time, meron desperation because you're just really in your comfort zone. But it's
not liberating.
It's not liberating. You're in the box. You're in the closet.
Right.
You just want to be comfortable. But in fact, that comfort zone is never comfortable. That's the irony of it. You say it's comfort zone, but actually it was never comfortable. It's never comfortable.
Because it's not you.
Because it's not you.
Yeah.
You're, di ba, nandun ka lang. So, advice is, ako kasi siguro yun din ang sinabi ko sa sarili ko kasi coming out is a leap of faith. you gotta have your resolve with your God, if you're religious or spiritual. Even before you jump out and present yourself to the world and come out, I mean, I think you've got to have that resolve with your God as to who you are. Kasi ako noon, the moment I was able to tell myself na if I can present myself like this to my God, then I don't think I can, parang, now I can present myself to anybody else. Kasi, ano pa?
Right.
Eto na ako sa Diyos eh. Sa tao pa ba ako mahihiya?
Right.
Diba? The important thing is, I can pray and face my God the way I'm presenting myself to people.
So, do you think this question, are you born like that? Or was it nurtured by your environment, by your experiences? In your case?
I think it's both. I think it's both. That's why itong BB Uncut is yung Who Killed RP. That's all part of it.
Right.
Diba? Yung maybe I was born by it. But because of these circumstances, nag-manifest siya at one point.
Na-trigger na lumabas.
Hindi, nandun na talaga.
Nandun na. Right.
Nandun na, I guess nandun na talaga eh. Kasi sabi nga nila, ang transgender is pinanggagalingan nyo sa hypothalamus eh. Yung nandun talaga sa upper brain natin. It's in the subconscious.
Right.
Sabi nila, yung X chromosomes and Y chromosomes may mga ganong factors. Naniniwala ako lahat doon. Plus the fact na also, kasi may mga napag-usapan naman yan sa BB Uncut and I will talk about it, about yung experience ko sa father ko, which is very traumatic, no? I don't know, up until today, tinatanong ko ang sarili ko, paano kaya kung kinausap ako ng papa ko after? Or inakap ako after? Or nag-sorry after? Had it had the same effect on me? Or talaga kayang papunta?
Or kung pinabayaan ka lang na this was when nagbihis ka, di ba? Yes. So kung pinabayaan ka lang na hindi binig deal.
Pero at 3 years old eh. At 3 years old, hindi ko nga alam kung sino yung nagbihis
Right, exactly.
sa akin,
That's why
that wasn't even a choice.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking kung pinabayaan ka lang na it wasn't a big deal. Would it have made a difference?
Hindi ko alam.
Diba?
Pero ang nagkaroon ng dent is
because of your father's reaction. Yes.
Because of the trauma.
Right.
And then, na yun, parang yun na yung nag-umpisang mag-curve ng buhay niya in a different direction.
Right. Okay. And so your advice for parents who think that they may have children that are not comfortable in their birth gender?
They've got to be very open because it happens, it's happening, and it can be their children. But it's not abnormality. Yun lang ang pwede kong sabihin eh. It's not an abnormality, and it surely needed that specific child. It surely needed understanding. Kasi mahirap maintindihan yung pag ganun yung nangyayari sa inyo, you don't get any support. But yes, kailangan maintindihan ng parent para mag-guide ng husto yung bata. It's just very interesting. Ibabalik ko lang doon sa usapan natin kanina na do I prefer yung late
coming out, yeah.
Yes, but also at the same time, because I came out later in life, wala akong teenage na babae. Yun ang challenges ko ngayon. Na nahihirapan akong mag-socialize sa lalaki. Because wala akong experience ng bata ako eh.
Right.
'Di ba nung teenager ka na kinikilig ka sa lalaki at nililigawan ka ng lalaki, wala akong gano'n. Yun naman ang downside nung pag nag-come out ka later on in life.
So,
kulang ang pagkababa.
Kasi hindi mo na-experience yung full na parang nagdadalaga and all that.
Na mag-guide sa'yo as you grow older for a mature relationship.
Because you normally you learn from those relationships and those experiences that will shape the way you are now.
Correct.
Right.
Oo. To the extent of yung sa pakikitungo mo sa mga, sa opposite sex.
Right. So now going back to the 3-year-old you. If that 3-year-old was in front of you right now, knowing what you know now, what would you tell him?
I will not say anything, but I guess I will have to just embrace this child. That kid needed an embrace. Hindi naman niya maiintindihan kasi kahit ano sabihin mo eh. Pero he needed that embrace.
And you're getting that embrace now, the love of your fans. Your message to those who stood by you, who are standing by you.
I'm always grateful when you feel that people understand you or people accept you and respect you. It always encourages me and inspire me to do better. It makes you strive even harder despite all the challenges and yung limitations na ibinibigay sa'yo ng tao only because you're transgender or only because you are part of this LGBTQ community.
Thank you so much for being candid today. Go ahead, invite the viewers. I know that there's gonna be more in BB Uncut Live. Who Killed RP?
I'm inviting everyone para sa BB Uncut Live on Stage at the La Mesa Restaurant and Bar in Covina. It will be a red carpet event, so it's your time to dress up and be beautiful that night, and let's all party, let's all hang out. Sagot ko ang kwento. Chismis ko ang sarili ko. No, it will be fun. It will be a show, but definitely you'll be a part of it. It's gonna be an interactive kind of show. So please come and enjoy this life story of this very interesting individual in the name of Rustom Padilla. So sana po makita-kita tayo dyan sa mga weekends ng August. Again, July 17, 31, August 14, 21, and 28. Thank you, Jannelle.